Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about babies with reflux and how to set up their environment to improve tummy time or floor play. So there are three different things that we're going to specifically talk about. You can use a wedge or a rolled up towel or blanket. Some even a small thin pillow can work as well. So first, we're going to talk about play in general. For babies who have reflux, we are going to usually they carry tension here in the upper back and the shoulders, and so we are going to want to ease into tummy time flat on the ground. And a way to do that and to increase movement and stretch in those upper tense muscles is to use a wedge. And so they would be leaning up against the wedge. It prevents them from rolling over, and it can really help them feel stable while they're playing. In this little setup, you can use the towel against the back or the blanket as well. But you can also support them even more by putting a blanket underneath their head while they are in sideline play. That can help ease some of that tension as well. The next thing we're going to talk about is something to do while they're in tummy time itself. And so you're going to increase the wedge, you're going to put them on the wedge like this. Okay. This you can also do with a towel or a blanket, and they would lay like this. The importance of this is that they have more support to rest their head down. So in a previous video, we talked about how it's just as important to rest your head down in tummy time as it is for them to be pushing up in tummy time. So what this allows is for a small incline, but what that incline does is that when they're lifting their head and they're playing and they go to rest their head down, they only need to go this far, okay? Versus if they go, now remember, we're talking about reflux babies. There's a lot of tension in the body. And so they're in tummy time and they're going to rest their head down here versus all the way flat down here. Okay, so the wedge helps give them less of a way to go. And that can really make a difference in the amount of stretch and pulling those tight muscles are doing. And so that can support them even more. They're not having to relax all the way down. That's giving them some more support in their body. It's also easier on their belly, pressure-wise. So a lot of times tummy time is done on the floor. They're pushing up. There's lots of pressure on those sphincter muscles, and it's less pressure when you have some support, like a wedge or a blanket, or rolled up towel or that pillow. It's important to also consider sidelining on the wedge itself. So like these are all different ways to play around with play on the floor. But on the wedge itself, I would put them on their left side. Digestion is easier on the left side. The way the stomach sits in the body, it's better for reflux babies to be positioned on their left. And so if you're struggling with what to do with your baby when they are done eating, then we're going to put them on the left side. If we don't want them completely flat on the floor, we can use the wedge to elevate that way. Okay. Again, maybe you use that little rolled up towel to give them some more support underneath the head. And now we're elevated, sideline, and now they can play even more relaxed. So we can use the wedge or your support, whatever support you have, as a stopper for their back, so they feel more stable, so they're not rolling over and they can play on their side. We can use it to actually put them on their side in an elevated way. And then we can also use it to elevate them in tummy time to support the amount of pressure being put on them, but also give them a little more assistance when we're putting their head down. Okay? I hope that helps. Make sure you also, my 3 go-tos all the time are a mirror. Mirrors, babies love mirrors. Your black and white photos. And of course, when they're doing all of these activities, our goal is to decrease that tension so we can get better movement and relaxation in tummy time. So have your body massager focusing on the shoulders when they're in tummy time, and when they're on their side, you can grab those feet and focus on those feet. Remember, our tension is connected all throughout our body. I hope that helps you guys. Bye.